What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to use the stroke tool and the puppet tool, and I'm going to show you how I use those tools to create this droplet right here. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to make this using the stroke tool and the puppet tool. So let's go to new composition. Okay, and now the first thing we have to do is to create our droplet. So make a new solid, make it comp size, get whatever color you would like, and click OK. Then we're going to make an oval. Now when you have something selected down here and you click either the oval or the pen tool, it creates a mask instead of a shape. If you have nothing selected, it creates a shape. So I'm going to make this. It's an oval, right? Then I'm going to click on this point right here. Going to option click on a Mac or alt click, and then G. Boom. Okay. See how I did that? Okay. So now I'm going to take this point and bring it down to here. This point, bring it down to here. Now this is like just creating the shape, so you can make it however you want to make it. I am going to make it a little bit like this. Bring that down. Doesn't have to be perfectly the same on either side. It is a droplet, so it could be a little deformed. Okay, and that looks good for me right now. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but right now the key is to take the anchor point and bring it to the top edge. That's going to come into effect when we have it shrink into non-existing. So now first thing we want to do is keyframe its position. So hit P, bring up position, click the little stopwatch right there, and we're gonna bring this out of the frame. And let's say at about 15, we'll bring this down to the bottom of the frame. And now to get that effect that it's falling, we really want it to be going upwards, which is the opposite of what you'd think. But when it goes upwards, it makes it seem like the background is moving, and this is falling really fast. You'll see it when it's in place. Okay, so so then there's that last little dip of hitting the ground, but you're going in, and then you hit the ground. Okay, so now from here we want to hit Shift and S to bring up the scale, and we're gonna keyframe that. We're going to keyframe that, not there. We're going to keyframe that here. And we're going to unlink it so that I can change the X and Y scale differently. So now, once that hits the ground, that's its ground indicator, is going to shrink significantly in size this way and this way until it's like a flat blob. Yeah. So let's see what that looks like. Could be even faster. Let's make it, yeah, that should be, let's see if that works. Yeah, and then what we want is the opacity from this frame. So let's shift click T to bring up opacity. Then from this frame to this frame, we want it to disappear. So let's watch that again. Boom. Okay. Now you can play with the timing and all that to make it look better on your composition or whatever. But this is just how I animated my droplet. This is just the beginning. Okay, so what you really want to learn is the puppet tool and the stroke tool. So first I'm going to show you the puppet tool. Puppet tool is a very simple tool to use. It's probably one of the easiest tools I've ever used. So we're going to go where I can see it. No, we're going to go up here, right? And we're going to click on this so we can see puppet tool. What you want is a pinpoint right at the edge of your puppet, right at the edge of your tip, and somewhere in the middle here, right? Now, it doesn't do anything, but okay, so your puppet tool is automatically keyframed. So it automatically has a set keyframe. So if you move this and you change this like this, it's automatically going to change the keyframe. If you like to edit those, you go into Effects, Puppet, Mesh, Deform, Puppet Pin 1 and Puppet Pin 2. Or you could just hit U and it brings up all your keyframes. Right? So when I go here, see how it's moving the whole thing? We don't want that. We want it to just move that. So we want another puppet right there. Right, so now that's anchored. Boom. Now you got some goodness here. Alright, so we anchor to here. Boom, boom. Only thing I'm keyframing is going to be this. So here, I want it to be here. Then, essentially, every 3 frames, I want it to go here. Then 1, 2, 3. I want it to be back. Then 1, 2, 3. And I want it to be on this side. 1, 2, 3. Back to normal. 1, 2, 3. Then back over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can delete this keyframe because this was made accidentally. 1, 2, 3. I can delete this frame too because it was made accidentally. I'll put this back to the middle here. And every 3 frames, or so, you know, you could just do whatever. You can make it go faster sometimes. I would go every 3 frames and just, you can even skip over the middle. Just do one of those real quick. And so far this is what we've come out with, and this is what it looks like. Right? So that's not that bad. Once we get it all the way, what you could even do, if you really wanted to cheat, just copy all these, then go 3 frames. 1, 2, oops, that was not the right button. Copy all those, then just go 1, 2, 3, paste, and now, boom. We got that going. So, and now to edit that, all you have to do is go on the frame. If you don't like it, you can move them. This is very basic keyframing. Alright, now I want to show you how to do the black motion lines. So the first thing we're going to do is get the black, a new solid Make it comp size. Yeah, it's cool. Boom. Alright. Then, you want to go over to your effects and presets. Type in stroke. Just going to show you. Go to generate stroke. Pop that on there. Boom. Now let's see this real quick. Okay. So, now, I want to be able to see what I'm doing, so let's bring this here. Now I'm going to have to draw each line exactly where I want it to be in the order that I want it to appear, because this effect will either do a sequential stroke or it'll do it all at the same time. Now I want them to come on one by one, but it only does it in the order in which you draw the masks. So be very careful in which order you draw them. So first mask I want to be here, and the second mask I want to be here, and then the third mask I want to be, oh, I did not click off that apparently. I want to be here. Okay, so that's all that I'm going to do for this solid. We're going to make multiple more solids with multiple more masks, but for this is the only one. Only mask I'm going to make for this. So, now what we want, first of all, is to link this so that whenever it moves, the lines move with it. Okay? First things first. Then we want the lines to start with an end of 0%. And let's say maybe a couple frames. Let's say maybe 5 frames. Let's go to 12. It gets to 100. Right? But then also, halfway through, you want your start to go to 100 as well. So they disappear. Okay. So now check that out. Okay, so that's a little quick. So maybe I'll go 10 frames instead of 5. I'll move this over. See, that looks pretty good. So, essentially, you're just gonna, oops. If you go Option and then bracket, that'll make it shorter. Or Alt bracket, I guess, on PC. And now we're just gonna duplicate this layer. And we're gonna drag it to the end. So now, yeah, and then we're just gonna keep duplicating it and dragging it to the end until the end of the droplet. Yeah, so I can make it end here, so I don't need that one. Right, okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Not too bad. Alright. Yeah. And now the last thing that that's very not noticeable, I guess, this very small detail, is there's a small stroke of light creeping up this side here in the final composition. So what we're going to do is new composition, and we're going to make it white. Okay? I mean, not composition, sorry. Layer, new, solid. I am silly. And we're going to make it white. Okay? Make comp size, good to go. Then we're going to put the stroke on that. We're also going to attach that to the orange solid. And we're going to reveal original image here. And the mask is going to be from here to here. Okay. Now, you're going to think, well, those squiggly lines are so squiggly. But, okay. Right, so we want the line to creep up this side here. So when we start, we want there to be nothing, to be honest. We want there to be 0, 0. Then we want to slowly creep up. Alright, so when it gets to here, oh, where is it? Let's see if this does anything. Huh. Oh. Derp. Okay. I'm a bad tutorial maker, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, so yeah, make sure you click all masks, because if you don't, you're gonna be like me and you're gonna think you're an idiot. Okay, so what we want to do is start it creeping. So what we're gonna do is, if you just do the end stroke, make it just slowly go. You want it to go the entire time, basically. The entire time that it's falling, you want it to be going up. Maybe even faster than that. Oh, that's because it's not at 100%. Okay, so let's make this 100%. Okay. So it's creeping up. Let's actually make this mask not start way over there. Okay. So it's creeping up the side. Right, and it's just making a line, which is not cool. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is keyframe the start as well to be right behind it. Boom. Then get to here, and we make this start to be that small. So now it should just look like a white light creeping up the side here. Then I'm going to add some lessen the hardness of the brush here, so it gives it a little bit of a little blur on it. And then I'm going to go T, bring the opacity down a hair, and let's check it out. There you go. And that is how I made this droplet. I'll bring the opacity on this down a little bit more. maybe brush hardness a little bit. A little bit on this guy. Bring it down. Yeah, so there you go. Now you can just integrate that into whatever falling object project you have. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, we'll continue to create tutorials on how I made this animation right here. Check out my blog for the last tutorial, eyepeeling.com/blog.